Welcome to the Golden Square Podcast with your hosts, Linda Scott and Sharilyn Fisher. Are you ready? Because we're starting now.
For a woman. Hey, everybody. Hey, this is your girl, Linda Scott. Listen, welcome to the Golden Square Podcast. I am sad because of several reasons. And one is because my co-host, Sharilyn Fisher, had to rush her daughter to the hospital. So let's please keep her in your prayers. And then I want to send out condolence to the Catherine Gibbons family in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. That's one of my trouble child. Oh, that is my trouble child, or my trouble. That's one that I love. Let me just say that. And I miss her so much. But guess what? I am sitting in her home and I am loving and feeling the presence of her. So I'm not sad, but I'm lonely for her. How about that? That makes sense though, right, everybody? So if my producer would bring on our co-host, because I want to get right into this because God is so good. And we had our schedule. Hey, beautiful.
Hey there.
How are you? I was just
Good.
telling the
How you
audience that
doing?
you've been booked for months, weeks, and for the occasion that it is, I am so honored and thankful to God for making this schedule happen this night for so many reasons. So if you would tell our viewers, who are you and what do you do and why are you so gorgeous, girl?
Hello, family. Listen, you guys, my name is Michelle D. Saxton. You can now put Dr. Michelle D. Saxton. Listen, I am a parent of one 32-year-old who's about to be 33 years old at the end of March, Bianca. Listen, I'm the founder of the Now What Show. I am your 2022 Miss Texas Plus America.
Yes.
I'm an international
Yes.
author. And I'm just a woman of God who wants to be used as a vessel to help others. In other words, no matter what that looks like for you, I want to be that person God says, listen, go. And that's who I am.
Okay. See, Michelle, let me just say this to you. I initially met you. I was the judge in one of the beauty pageants, and you didn't know that, and I don't spread the word at all. I never let nobody know. If you didn't know me, okay, you didn't know me, you won't know me. So I came in all week, did my work, and from the first time I laid eyes on you, there was a connection. But I knew as a judge that I could not approach you.
Right.
So I waited for the moment. And then after all the crowning and all that, I still left because I didn't know what tomorrow held. And was I going to be judging you at another big one? Because that was a big one. So, you go on and on and on. If anybody know about the beauty pageants. So I just laid back and I said, okay, God, I don't know what the connection is, but you are drawing us together for a reason. And then I spotted you at some event. I don't know what it was. Can't remember. It was at Niecy's play. I watched you at Niecy's play, and then you had on that beautiful pant jumpsuit that I wanted. Yes. And you said, okay, I'll give it to you. I'm like, how's she gonna give me something? She don't even know my address. She don't know anything. But here's the catch to it. The night of my show, November 5th, I received that garment. And they said, a lady named Michelle told me to give you this. I'm like, who is Michelle? Okay, well, it's gorgeous. I never put the two together.
Yeah.
So I hung it up and, all that good stuff. And then the night of the show, who did I have the pleasure of sitting next to?
Me.
When I tell y'all she was bad, she was bad. I was like, babe, I think we probably need to go down because she's really and I look tired sitting next to her. So Michelle, all I'm saying is I knew that the connection was there. And I'm so
Wow.
honored. And tonight, could you tell them briefly, just a little about what we're going to be talking about?
So I believe tonight's title is Take a Break Before You Break.
Exactly.
And what I mean by that, we are still in our mental health series of everything, every part of our life, even though we
Yeah.
feel like we have it going on. Some
And
of that going on is masked.
that's it.
And when
Exactly.
we get in our beds at night, pulling the sheets over our head, it's some
Mm-hmm.
tears dropping, right?
Ooh, girl.
Because things are so heavy for us. But we
Yes.
want our outside world, our peers to feel, oh, just let Michelle handle it, or just let Linda handle it. She's good with peer pressure. She can do it. But guess what? Not even knowing the help
Yeah.
need help,
That's
right?
it. Exactly.
So when we're talking about take a break before you break, that's the line that I want to elaborate on, because guess what? We need help ourselves in some form, shape, form, or fashion,
A
correct?
lot of like a major shape, form, of fashion, because if I'm not mistaken, you lost your husband.
Mm-hmm.
And for all of you who didn't know, don't know, why you know, I lost mine.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say the connection is so grand, it is so unbelievable. And take a break before you break. I have to take a break. And I am so glad to know that there is someone else that I can speak to that has walked in my shoes or walking in my shoes, or I'm walking in their shoes, that I
Mm-hmm.
can go to. That's what we need in that grief time.
Yeah.
Because we don't think that oh no, I can handle it. I'm good. I'm
Right.
fine. No big deal. Okay, so I lost him. Let's keep going. But it's not that easy.
That's not
It's
that
not that
easy.
easy.
And I want to share with your audience, Linda. My dad passed in 2000. My mom passed in 2002. My husband was killed in a car accident Thanksgiving 2004. Every 2 years, my heavy hitters was taken away from me, as I call it.
Wow.
And I walked around so mad and upset with God for 4 years. And I even said that in my book. The
Hmm.
exact words was, I'm mad as hell at you, God.
Oh my God.
I
Stop.
said that, and now if I would recollect, like, did you really say that? But yes, that was my true feeling. Some people can't be true. We so holy. You just can't say
Say,
how you really feel because of the consequences you feel. But God wants us to be trans. He already know
right.
what you're
He
gonna say
already know
before.
how
He
we
know how
feeling.
you feeling
It's
already, right?
crazy.
He's
That's
already know how you feeling. So 4 years I walked around thinking people owed me something, losing things,
yeah,
houses, cars, because I'm not dealing with stress and
yeah,
anxiety and depression properly.
yeah.
After 4 years and realizing my daughter is becoming a young lady, her dad passed away at the age of 13. And 4 years later, while I'm still wilding out, I said, look
Right.
at here, self. You have a 17-year-old daughter. Is that really how you want to exemplify to her how a
Her.
woman's supposed to handle
Exactly.
things? I
Exactly.
had to pull myself together. I went and laid on somebody's couch. But what I'm trying to tell people now, people think going to therapy, and I'm glad we going now, is
Right. That because we did before.
yeah,
That's
we
right.
did it before, but it's
Yep.
more of a flex because I have money. No, you go lay on somebody's couch because you ain't
Couch.
wrapped too tight right now.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
that's what I want to tell your audience. Fear not what your family say. Those who still want to hide things and what goes in the
Yes.
home and the
Count
house stay
stays.
in.
Yes.
Listen, this is for you to be able to go another further. Okay,
Exactly.
this is
Exactly.
what this resource is for you to do.
Exactly.
To gather the resources to come to a Jesus moment, if I should say, with yourself first
Right.
before
Right.
you can even transpire or go to any other thing that you're trying to become. And I tell
Exactly.
you, Linda, before all of those things happened, before I went and laid on the couch and saw a therapist, I was in such a dark place as far as making wrong decisions, not
Decision.
caring. I had a job with the police department for 15 years and decided, okay, I'm not going back. And the people saying, you can take a
What?
leave of absence, Michelle, and come back when you all together.
Yeah,
People
but
do
I
it all
wasn't.
the time.
When was I going to get together? Who say I was going
Yeah,
to ever
yeah.
get back
Who said
together?
I was gonna get you
Exactly.
to get
Because
it
I said
together,
that
right?
same statement that you made to God. I said the same thing when my daughter was killed in a car accident, and I'm like for real, you took my only daughter, my firstborn, a good girl, and you leave her 9-month-old baby here by herself. I am so angry with you, God. I don't even know if I trust you. I don't even know. Are you real? So those things that you said,
Yeah,
I was saying them too. But how do I know that you were saying them? How did I get this far? Because I had to do the same thing as you, as go and lay on that couch. But here's my kicker though, Michelle, help me.
yeah.
Because I probably still need to go back on the couch.
We
My
we we need a
therapist,
tune up.
that's
We
it.
need
That's
tune
it.
ups now.
Exactly.
Don't get it twisted.
Yes.
Every day is not woe, thus is thou in our books. Because guess what?
Yes.
You can say a triggering word and it can take us back there, right?
Girl, what's my trigger, Michelle? And no, here's my statement when you take me to there.
Yeah,
Don't let this lipstick fool you. Don't.
absolutely.
Because, yeah,
Yeah,
it comes off. It comes off with a
absolutely.
smile, though, Michelle, because
Yeah,
I'm about to do something to you. So
yeah,
I know for a fact that I do need to go back and lay on that couch. I need to start all over again. And it's been some years that I've had that trauma in my life, but I was end up helping my therapist. And I threw my hands up.
yeah,
I said, I
yeah,
can't go back. I can't go
yeah.
back. I can't do this. She's supposed to be helping me, but I'm helping her. But
Mm-hmm.
that's who we are.
Right,
So, but how do we fix it? So
right,
I needed to see you. I needed to put myself in that circle of women who have gone through what I've gone through, and that was the mother who have lost a child,
you're right.
and unexpectedly. So when you go through all these things and you don't have nobody to talk to get all this stuff out of your chest, because God already knew I was crazy. He created me.
Right,
He created me. He knew I was crazy. So he was
right.
like, okay, so I'm gonna have to do something with this one right here. But he gave me the opportunity to seek people such as yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Michelle running into a elderly lady that I did not know from Adam.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she gave me some advice. And she told me it doesn't matter how old you get, your baby will always be your baby, and it will always be just like yesterday. And you will remember it just like yesterday, but you can't remember nothing today.
Wow.
I said, well, how is that happening?
Yeah.
So that part, how do we get past that, Michelle?
Listen, every day is a learning experience and things. Every day is a different day. I remember one of my days, and this has been years since Saxton was gone. He was
Mm,
the electrician. I was in my room trying to put up a light bulb. I was able to unscrew it, but to put the new one in, I couldn't get it in the grooves. I think
mm,
by that time, this is about the 6th year of his passing. But I can count on one hand, if any, fingers, how many times I had cried for either of my loved ones, because
mm.
somebody nominated you to be the one who, the go-to person, right? The go-to person.
Yes, yes,
So I had to hold up that persona that somebody else gave me.
right.
So grieving for my family members, I just had to suck it up, in other words, what I thought. But this one night trying to put up a light bulb, that was a breaking point for me. That was
Wow.
really a breaking point for me. And I just let it all out. But I
Mm,
think each day we have to take time with that. And
yes,
people need to know that there's a grieving etiquette, right?
yes.
People need to know that there's a grieving etiquette. Although you and I have lost a husband, we can relate on that. But you
Right.
said something I haven't. And people has a tendency to say, girl, I know what you mean. No, if you really don't know what I mean, don't say that.
Say
Maybe you
it.
don't know the
Exactly.
word to say, but girl, I know what you mean. I know how you feel. No, I don't know
Right.
it feels to have lost a child. A
Right.
husband, yes. So when
Yes.
we're talking about etiquette, be mindful of the things you say. And
Right.
I know you're trying to come from a good place, but one thing that struck me, I had a family member at a Thanksgiving. I wasn't sobbing or anything, and this was about 4 or 5 years after the passing of everybody. I just wanted some alone time because I was
Fine.
thinking
Yes.
about that Thanksgiving day, how all of the family was here and how we would be cutting up
Yes.
and all of that. And they
Yes.
came in the room and said, I know you're not still grieving over Saxton. Saxton been gone for 4 years. Oh, that cut deep.
So she didn't get up off the ground, because see, that's where I was mentally.
Yeah. That
Okay, then, all
cut
right,
deep
help me,
with
help
me.
me.
That cut so deep with me. And after that, I thought about, you know what? I need to form a platform, a grief support, where
Right.
people would know
No.
and understand what grief is.
Yes.
Understand that anytime I'm talking to you right now with a smile on my face,
Right.
it could be
Right.
a word, it could be something that makes me drop some tears in the same sentence.
And that's it. That's it.
A place to call our own, because we're a
Yes.
mama, we're a daddy, we're a girlfriend, we all of that, and we don't have time for ourselves. A place where we could come to know what that all looks like
Exactly.
for us, and don't
Yes.
be criticized and judged. So I did. After that one statement about you should be over that, I went
Yes.
into action to
Wow.
make my platform, because people don't quite grasp it.
Grasp it. Yes.
Our time is not your time.
Right.
Now we don't want to get stuck in that thing, but we do not want people dictating to us when I should drop a tear or when I shouldn't.
Right.
So
Right.
but I honestly believe, Linda, I'm thanking God that I said yes again to him. I thank
Yes.
him for all the resources that had come my way to be able to go straight ahead and move forward out that arena. And I honestly believe, some people may say this is crazy, but I honestly believe all the bad things that you consider bad, it wouldn't have been the good right now for us.
You girl, listen.
The good that people see right now,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been that if we hadn't gone through the valley.
That's it. Exactly. Because
Right.
I think, and losing my daughter first,
Mm-hmm.
then I lost my dad. I'm like, you're the first man I ever loved. How are you gonna leave me? I'm not understanding. I know you know that feeling. So, and then all of a sudden, for what, 6 years later, my mom passed out of nowhere. And you got 6 crazy kids, and you're gonna leave us where? Here by ourselves.
Yeah.
And then he passed years later. So I understand the feeling of my Charlie Perkins say good statement, but I understand all of that you and myself had to go through in order to get here. Because I know, first of all, if I would not have ever lost my daughter, I would not have LS 1426. I know that.
Wow.
Because for one, I respect my sister that's next to me. And I always said she was the one that God called to do all these great things, not me, because I was crazy. I was crazy. I was in the world, you know? So and then when little girls would come to me, Michelle, listen to this person who don't want no children, don't want to be with the children. Go on, where y'all parents? That's all I was getting, was Sundays after Sundays after Sunday, until this one little girl said to her mother, "Mommy, that's my mom when you're not around." I said, "Oh, wait, time out, time out, Michelle. No, I am I am not the mommy. I am not
Yes.
her. I
Yes.
can't be
Yes.
her. I don't know how to be her. I don't have a daughter no more, but I have
Right.
beautiful nieces, but I
Right.
don't know nothing about being the mama. But
Yeah.
with that, that's when my heart was open.
Yeah. 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 I
That's
get
when
it.
they all fell in.
I get it.
That's when I fell in. So when I tell people that I birthed one daughter, but I have 150 more.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
know each and every one of them. And that's not even including my nieces, okay, or my two granddaughters. But I do have that void, not filled, but occupied.
Right. Right. I
So
got it.
that,
I
yeah,
got it.
that's how God, I
God
was
works
telling,
like that.
yeah,
God.
he works like that. He works like that. And I told him, I said, God, now I know you know the difference between my sister and me.
Mm-hmm.
See, I know you know every strand of my hair, and I'm a little bit taller than her, God. She the one like children.
Right.
I think you mixing us up. So he said, nah, I know what I'm doing. I said, okay. But you just know I'm still mad at you. He just chuckled, okay, but I'm
Yeah.
in control.
Right.
And I am so grateful that he is in control of my life. Uh, well, that's true. But you're doing well with your grand. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, but it's so much to this grief thing that we as Black people don't take the moment to sit and express
Right.
our full thoughts and of what has just happened in our lives.
Yeah.
It's so much, it's so tangled, shall I say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can I talk about I just lost my mom? Can I talk about I just lost my dad?
Right.
Can I talk about I just lost a husband? Can I talk about I just lost a child? If I do not talk about the loss of those people in my life, I would not be
It's a
here.
it's a form of therapy.
Yes.
When
Yes.
when you come to terms with what you're dealing with, because for years you didn't even know you were in grief, anxiety, and depression.
Exactly.
Somebody
Right.
had to identify that for me,
Identify.
that that's what
Exactly.
it was. You
Right.
know, I had to have a united front come to my door, all four of my sisters, and knock and say, what the hell is going on with you? You losing cars, you losing a house. What is going on with you?
Yeah.
Tell us what we need to know that
Yeah.
we don't know. So when you
Right.
have a united front coming to you and genuinely want to know
No.
what is going on in hopes to help you,
Yes.
then you can proceed to go on. But when you don't know yourself, when you don't know
Yep.
what that looks like for yourself, you're going to
Yeah.
think other people tripping. I had a whole
It's
lot of people coming to me
right.
saying, hey, baby, your mama wouldn't, if your mama was here, she wouldn't want
Mm,
that for you. Or
yeah.
if your daddy was here, daddy's girl,
Uh-huh.
I don't think he would want you doing that.
Yeah.
So it has to take the united front and the understanding of your family members to be not judgmental, but
Right.
want to know
No.
and get the understanding where the problem is coming from and
From.
in what form that they can help you. And I always tell my people in the grief support, let me tell you something. Be very sure when
Mm-hmm.
you are telling somebody, because you know at the funeral and at repast while you eating on that pound cake, girl, call me if you need me. I'll be
Right.
right there for you. But when you
Right.
call them, they
Mm.
can't be there for you. So be very transparent in
Yes.
what you can help somebody. If it can
Exactly.
take them to the store, say, I
Say
can
that.
take you to the store on the days you need groceries. Or
Right.
if you need a date night with your hubby, I can keep your kids that night.
Right.
I might have a little lunch money I can spare. Be specifics because we're
Specific.
already
Exactly.
letting our guards down,
Right.
letting our egos be on the
Right.
side to
Touch
come
up.
and even
Yes.
ask for help. And then
Mm.
when we finally ask for help and you get that one that said, girl, call me, I'll be right
Uh-huh.
there for you.
Mm.
And then you call there goes another heartbreak for you.
That's
because
it.
I'm already hurting that I had to even call and ask you for anything.
Right. And now you
So
done push
be
me
very
back.
specific when you're telling people who have lost loved ones, if they done lost their job, their car,
Yeah.
because grief is just not in the loss of somebody.
Exactly.
It's when you have lost something in your
Something.
possession and you're not dealing with it correctly, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So be specific to that person. Listen, well, I know Michelle says she ain't got no money, but she sure can take me to get some groceries or whatever.
Right. Right.
I can call on her. You know who to call for what.
Right.
Because again, you do not want to be sabotaged or, feeling like, oh, here I go again.
Yeah.
Let down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I say that to people for sure. Because Michelle, my family is a praying family. Praying family. And when people ask me, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna pray for you. No, that's okay. I appreciate it, but
you have to be
no,
very careful who you
exactly.
allow.
Everybody
And
can't pray for
it's
us.
very shameful that because your forefather, all your history people have prayed you up for you to be here right here on this camera,
right
right?
now.
So you need people in your space, who are genuinely loving on you, genuinely care if you walk out in the middle of the street.
Yes.
Not in your right mind.
Girl,
to bring you on back.
Well, all back, look, just wheel you all the way in. Because my brother said to the people at the grave site, because I was going out there every day, I couldn't just go without this person not gonna be back in my life, what's going on. And he would pray, and he took me out to the graveyard, and he said, look at this. This is not this is not a person. This is nothing. I'm like, no, don't step on that. You're gonna step on her, and you're gonna do no. So I'm really crazy. I admit to it, that I am crazy. So he was like, we're gonna pray this thing. And when he prayed about it, he also went to the worker and said, if you see my sister out here again, call me. Michelle, what I said, and if he call you, I'm gonna whoop his ass. That's all I can say. Because the mentality of everything was lost. It was truly lost. And to not only just lose that person, as you said, there were things that I lost as well, and including myself.
Right. That's the first thing you start losing. It's very important for us to get the help.
Oh, come on. Oh, so Ms. Perkins said, what happens when people push you away? Do you still keep calling or coming over?
So listen, I want to address that because you are going to have people who don't want your help. But guess what? You are calling, even if you got to leave a voicemail. And say, I'm just calling thinking of you. When they pull themselves together or come to terms of what they're going through, they're gonna remember all those times you did call, all those times you did knock at the door and want to show up. They're gonna remember those times. You're gonna have some people that's not gonna want to talk to you in that instance, not gonna want you to call, have no connection. I know friends right now, it doesn't even have to do with death, friends for 40 years and plus. Everybody deal with grief, anxiety, or what they're going through differently. Not like me, I'm going to still chop it up and I could be 2 minutes under the bridge. Because guess what? That for me is therapy talking to you. You know what, baby? I'm under the bridge, but guess what? I'm still on this side of the dirt. And guess what? If I can do this, you can do it too. That's just me. Others will shut you out. You don't hear from them for 40 days and 40 nights. But guess what? That's their way of dealing with it. You be consistent. If you're loving on that person, that's what you do. You continue to leave the message. You continue to leave the note on the door. And guess what? It might be tiresome to you. It's going to get tiresome. You're going to say, well, what did I do? I didn't do nothing. I'm your best friend. I've been loving on them, blah, blah, blah. keep doing you, because guess what? Eventually, when they come around, we don't even know what that time is. Guess what?
Wow.
They're
Wow.
going to remember all those times that,
Right.
guess what? Although I was not myself, wasn't
Right.
in my right mind, didn't even know what to know,
Yes. Yes.
Shirley or whoever was there for me.
Wow.
And they can
That's
always
awesome.
lean and depend on that. Even
So
if they don't call you and tell you, they
hold
can lean and
all that, Michelle. Hold that. We got to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
all
Don't go
right.
anywhere and get your questions together because Michelle has your answer. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Sharilyn Fisher, and I am so excited about Joyful Playhouse. Let me tell you what Joyful Playhouse is. It's a funplex center, but it's like no other funplex center in the Houston and surrounding areas. We will be dedicated to children with disabilities and special needs. Not only we have services for the children, but we will have services for the families and the siblings. Joyful Playhouse needs your assistance. Will you please go to our website, www.joyfulplayhouse.com. There you will find a QR code to make contributions, and there's also a link where you can sign up to volunteer. That is www.joyfulplayhouse.com, and you can also find us on all social media at joyfulplayhouse.com. I'm excited, and I want you to get excited with us. So come on aboard to joyfulplayhouse.com.
Hey, okay. Welcome back, everybody. So I have the beautiful Miss, I'm sorry, not just Miss, Dr. Michelle D. Saxton. And that's it, girl. Give you your titles. You earn that. So tonight we're talking about grief. What is some of the questions and concerns that you have about grief? Ask Doctor. She got an answer for you. So go ahead, Michelle. Finish what you were saying, girl.
So, I was just wanting everybody to know, when you're feeling tired, when you feel like you can't even go another further with somebody that's not even understanding us in the space where they are right now, because you're wanting to be supported, but they're not letting you in. Don't feel bad about that, because ultimately, in order for someone to know what that looks like and what they are doing, they're going to have to get the help. And guess what? Some people saying, "Oh, she's on medication." Guess what? If you have to be on medication, be on medication till you feel better.
Right.
It's so much better on being on medication and taking as it prescribed, not dosing it up with alcohol and nothing else.
Exactly.
Take the medication as is prescribed to
Right.
you.
Yes.
But a lot of us won't even know what that is, and won't even know how to accept help from others that's genuinely loving on us, because we don't even know what that is for ourselves.
Because
So
it's
don't
fear.
give up.
It's
Yes.
fear, Michelle. It's fear. It's fear.
Absolutely.
Fear actually plays a lot in everything. Okay, so
Right.
I'm afraid to tell you that I'm going through this right here. I'm afraid to tell you that I don't know how to be without. I'm afraid to say, how do you breathe again? I don't know. Who do I go to and ask those questions? Who do I go to and let myself out? And it doesn't hit the social media. You know what Linda Scott said, she was over there drinking 6 bottles a day. And
but that's the thing. That is the thing, Linda. It's so hurtful.
Yes.
It's so hurtful. And my co-host Bobby Brisker, he says it all the time. Facebook can allow you to be what you want to be. You can be Superwoman, Batman, whoever, because you're given a persona that you have everything together. You're this person, you rocking your stilettos, your red bottoms, driving your Alpha, car, Romero car, whatever that is for you.
Yes.
So when we're talking about finally being transparent, letting your guards down to be able to tell somebody your inner stuff. And then people that you hadn't even told, you told one person, now your stuff is under the 59 bridge.
Yes.
That's why people want to keep things to themselves. They don't want to talk to nobody. They don't feel safe with anybody. And we as 50 and 60 and 70-year-old folk, we still doing that and hurting our brothers and sisters.
That's it.
I'm not understanding why. What are we gaining off of that? Hurting people, spreading lies, telling people what is it that you're gaining from that?
And that's what PJ just said in a few words, is that people are just afraid of being judgmental, because people are judgmenting you on everything. So how do we get past how do we pass it, Michelle? I know what my thought is, and you have to open to yourself to say, hey, I need to speak to someone.
Right.
You got to find that one person. Girl, if I told you this right here and somebody came to, I'm going to tell them, I don't even know who Michelle is.
Yeah.
But I got it out of me, so we just have to learn. I say we have to learn the people who we speak with.
Let me tell you something. Another thing, having discernment. And you could only get that when you have a connection to God.
To God.
When you have a personal relationship with God,
yes,
is the only time you're going to get discernment. Because guess what? God is not going to steer you wrong. You will know it's coming from God, because the devil make things look good too. He make things sound good. He knows listen, he knows when you on the cliff almost, and all you got to do is blow and you'll tilt on off the cliff. So you want to get discernment, have those relationships and personal relationships with God, so you can hear the voice. It may not be the voice everybody have the same voice, but you'll have clarity.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. That's what I was waiting for.
This person that you're engaging is telling you that I can go to them and I'm safe. And
it's normally that person that you have no idea who that person is. It's that one stranger that says, let me talk to you about this.
Yeah.
And you're going, I don't even know him or her.
Right.
But they talk to you, you've talked with them, and you turn around and they're gone.
Right.
You say, what? Who was that? But when you do have that relationship with God, all of that was meant, because He already know. Okay, so you might about to do some little crazy things right about now. Let me send somebody in there to calm you down for a minute.
Absolutely.
Yeah. God is
strategic. He's strategic.
Yes.
And what happens in your life and who He places in your life in order to help you navigate through that particular thing you're going through. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's oh my God, so I'm enjoying this hour with you. Girl, I'm by myself, so I got to keep looking for my time and all that kind of good stuff. So I had another question in reference to grief and relationships. When do we know that it's okay to get involved into another relationship?
Now, everybody have their timing, but guess what? Mm-hmm. If you have kids involved, we don't want no swinging doors, and they even confused calling Uncle Larry, Aunt Shirley, and then next week is Paw. We don't want that type of behavior, okay? Mm-hmm. And guess what? You might have that type of behavior because now you're trying to fill a void.
Yes.
You're trying to fill a void of the hurt. So whether it's alcohol, whether it's drugs, whether it's calling them over and they don't leave no shoe, no toothbrush. I'll call you when I want you. That was my drug of habit. I'll call you when I want you, because right now I'm not thinking that there's no whorish ways. I think I'm just in control of something. Yes. Listen, and don't bring your socks, no tennis shoes, and none of that. I'm gonna just leave my heart over there in the chair with my clothes. That's all I'm finna do. And I'll call you when I want you next time. So that was my issue when I was going through the grieving stages, right? So it may differ from other people, the way other people go through grief. Grief is very different from other people, how others interpret it or how they go through things. But ultimately, we just want the help. We just want the help.
Wow, I think that's a even prior to, well, not even gonna go into that. I'm gonna
Yes.
stay away from the family man. Well, I don't have to, because I think in having a relationship
Mm-hmm.
with someone who has kids anyway,
Yeah.
that's kind of hard. That's kind
Well,
of
I had
hard.
gotten off the subject. Well, my daughter was 13 when my husband passed away, right? So
Yes.
I knew that I didn't want to, I didn't have nobody coming around her. Now, it was like 2 years after he passed away that I would even decide that I'm going to go and see somebody or date
Mm-hmm.
somebody. And that's
Mm-hmm.
when all the craziness, that's even before I went and had therapy. Okay, that's when I'm saying, I'll call you when I want you.
Right.
Not saying that I was even wanting a relationship, because all the people that I done got close to, they done died on me. So what I'm gonna get a relationship with you for, and you end up leaving or dying on me? So what I want to dig that up for? I just
Right.
want you to do what I want to do, and you just gone on. So it was, my daughter was 16 going 17, and she said, Mom, I know you want to be, and it's not that you got to get permission from your kids, but this what made me seal the deal, like
Right.
maybe I do need to start dating now, because she's 16 and 17, because she want me out her hair, because she
Right.
want to start dating, right? To be truthful about it. But the
Exactly.
thing was, it was the confirmation that she gave me and said, my daddy wouldn't have wanted this.
Yeah. Yeah.
He wouldn't have wanted that for you. He wasn't that type of guy. So I think you
Mm-hmm.
have to come to terms with yourself, have gotten over the hurt, have gotten over the grief, have gone and gotten some resources to help you become a better person, to deal with triggers, to deal with things. Because even when I got in a relationship, I was comparing the person to him.
Person to that.
Well,
Exactly.
my dude wouldn't have did that. He wouldn't have
Right.
did that. No.
Right.
He wouldn't have did it that way. And
See?
you're running off potential good people that could
Exactly.
have been some substance for you.
Listen, I thought we was friends. Don't talk about me like that. Don't talk about me.
Yeah.
That would be my problem. That would be my problem.
Yeah, because you're still in
I can do
comparison
this.
stage.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're in comparison stage. So when you come out of that
Exactly.
stage, know who you are, know what the things that you're dealing with, knowing that your
Right.
triggers are, you know how to, handle your triggers, then I would say start dating.
Yeah.
So then I would say start dating. Don't bring your drama into nothing else.
Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
don't bring that into somebody else, because that could possibly be a true man or a true woman who is willing to accept all your flaws, but they don't want all that drama that is, with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I really do. I actually put myself in those shoes and go, oh my God, okay, so now if my people was here, I don't have to do nothing but say, hey, this is what I want, this is where I'm going, and that kind of thing. And then you find someone else. I would think that it would be hard, and having a family such as my own family, who would probably tell them everything about me anyway and give you choices. Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? She is crazy, but on the real deal, that would be so complicated for anyone to try to go out of it. And I've seen so many, and I must say men, I've seen so many men, and I've spoke with them in reference to, my wife been gone for, and I'm gonna say this one guy whose wife was gone for 15 years.
Wow.
And he could not turn it loose. He couldn't let it go. There was no replacement. And I said to him that you need to go have counseling.
Wow.
Because if your wife didn't come back to you that next day, she ain't coming back after 15 years. You're right. You will be giving them warnings. Yeah. We would be giving them warnings. See, Charlie Perkins say, you're right. They'll be giving warnings, but it's so it's crazy how we don't seek the counseling, how we don't seek the let me talk to a friend. How many of us have them? That's the issue.
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
did the
yeah.
friend come in at? Because I could say one of my friends, and she's gone on today, and she would always come into my house, and it would be jet black in my bedroom. I didn't want to get out of the bed.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I know about
didn't,
it.
and she coming in, turning on lights. I'm like, who let you in? You got a key? How did you get in here? And it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
the
yeah.
consistency, as Charlene Perkins asked that question: do you continue to follow that person, or call that person, or go over to that person when they don't want it, and they
Right,
really do want it? They do want it.
right,
It's just
right.
a matter of, are you that person that's gonna get in there, and you're gonna have the patience? Let me say the patience, not the person.
Excuse me, because I'm putting my charger in too. But yeah,
Okay,
go ahead.
yeah. So it would be that person that that would say, "Okay, I'm going. I don't care what you say. I'm calling you. You ain't got to answer, but I know you
Right.
got my phone call. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
over there in 10 minutes." It's the consistency of constantly going to that person's need, because we know that person needs us.
Right, right, right. So for sure, I'm telling you.
That's the light. Turn it back on, y'all. She'll be right back. But I am there. You go. There you go. There was just the light. So it's so much into this grief thing
Yeah.
that we could be going through. But did the biggest part? Oh, wait a minute, y'all. I'm sorry. While she's getting fixed, I need to take one more break for the afternoon, the evening, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Hey, this is your girl
All
Linda
right.
Scott. I am here to introduce you to Linda S. Jury 1426. Now, some of you know me, some of you don't. But if you don't know me, get to know me. Check out and scan the QR code below. Look at the inventory. I made this. God created. I put it together. See you soon. You and you be a part of me. So I was talking to the people on live. Welcome back, everybody. So we're talking to
Yeah.
Dr. Michelle D. Saxton, one of the most beautiful women that I know, and I'm truly happy that she is here. We're talking about grief. All of us have been through it at some point, and I wanted to, when Doc come back on, talk to her and things that in preparation, because we know it's coming. How do we
Right.
prepare for it? How do we prepare? How do we get ourselves? I have a current situation, and it's a hard situation, and but I know I know the family is a strong family, and
Yeah.
they've all been talking and laughing with each other, and the person who's ill, say, hey, it's not a good day, I'm not feeling well, and we
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, so we're going to call back. So is there any preparation that you could um, give us that we
So
could do?
Linda, I
Yes.
don't think there's ever preparation,
Mm-hmm.
because whether you've been knowing about a person being ill or whether it's instant.
Yes.
Some people say it puts me mentally ready because they have been ill, so I'm expecting it.
Expecting.
But when a person dies or pass away unexpected,
Mm-hmm.
people feel that the hit and the
Hey,
blow is harder.
yes.
But for me, it didn't matter whether I knew about it or it was unexpectedly. My parents, they were sick with lupus and diabetes.
Mm.
My husband just left, coming from a family gathering with us on Thanksgiving. We were in separate cars, and he passed away getting killed coming home. So neither for me was a softer blow than the other.
Nothing.
But what I will say, when we're talking about preparing ourselves mentally in that aspect, we need to
Mm-hmm.
prepare ourselves as well, having all the things in place so us as won't be fighting
Yes.
over things, right?
Right. Right.
And I know that's easily said and done because we always think we have a little bit of time to get things in order,
Order, yeah.
in case something happens.
Bring
But
your
I
camera down a
suggest,
little bit, Michelle. Oh,
so I honestly
okay.
suggest that if there's any type of paperwork, policies, anything like that, that your family, and if it's especially if there's siblings involved, to
Mm-hmm.
make sure they're doing all the things and having those things in place, or whoever the person is, because that would take 20 pounds off of you when all the things are in place, because you're already stressed about losing the loved one, and then whatever you are entitled to, that is going to probably be ending up in probate court for 10 years.
Yeah.
And
A
then you
producer,
have
can you put that back up again? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I just wanted to say, Lynette Reddick said, it's never a soft blow to lose someone you love. Great
right,
show. And she's absolutely right. And that was the reason that I asked that question, because people think, oh, okay, well, if she was sick, then I could do this. Or if he was, it happened so quick, I didn't get a chance. The chance
right.
is right now. This is your chance right now to
And
show
I'm going
love, to do
absolutely.
what you need to do, so that
And guess
whenever
what?
that day, because we know that day coming, we just don't know when it's coming.
I want for people that's in a hurt space because somebody hurt them somewhere in their life.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We have to heal. Of course, we've been talking about healing and taking a break before you break. That's the topic. But
Yes.
I honestly want you to do all the things that you're supposed to be doing, or what is considered, even if somebody has done something for you, find that space in your heart to
Yeah.
get it right with them, right?
Right. Right.
And because we don't want to be the ones jumping over the pews and running around the church and saying mama and daddy died, or he died, or whatever. Get it right while they here on this side of the dirt.
Yeah.
Do the visits,
Exactly.
do the
Exactly.
calls,
Yeah.
go and check on them. It ain't got to be all day. Send them a
Yeah.
bag of groceries by the grandson or whoever, just to show
Just
love and appreciation.
that one phone call that said, "Girl, I was thinking
Yeah,
about you today. I don't want nothing. I'll talk to you later."
yeah,
That meant the world. Hey,
yeah.
Sherilyn, we're praying for you and praying for Mignon. And that one phone call, that well, people got to know where I live in order for them to come by my house, or I got to know where you lived in order for you to come
Right,
home. However,
right,
there is
right.
still a way that you can communicate with me to say, hey, this is what's going on. I just thought about you. Nobody's gonna eat my cooking, so I can never use those kind of examples, Michelle.
Oh, I'm not a cook either. I'm not a cook either.
So, but it's still that one hug that meant so much. I may have never gotten a hug all month,
Right.
and you just embraced me to say, hey, it's going to be okay. And this is out right now. I can't take that. I mean, I can't say it enough. Right now is right now. We
Absolutely.
don't know what tomorrow is, but we do
We
have right
we
now
do
at this
not.
moment. At this moment.
And people may think this is a sad segment, but it's not a sad segment.
It isn't.
People don't like to talk about things like this. People don't even feel like they have a voice to express themselves. And with
Right.
platforms like yourself and my platform, I allow this. I don't care if it's an upbeat subject matter or show.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
someone in that instance start crying on the show because they feel some way or they feel compelled to say something, we're
Yeah.
gonna address that. We're gonna cut
Stop.
it,
That's it.
and we're gonna address that, because guess what? That's the problem. Half of the time, people don't even have someone that they feel secure that they can talk to. So
Right.
if you're
Right.
anywhere on Linda's show, my show, or whatever, just know we're here to help and support
For it
those
all
areas
time.
that you are weak,
Right. Right.
right?
And we all are weak, and it's okay, everybody, to be weak. It is
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It's okay. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, well, you need to be strong. For who? and for
Mm-hmm.
what? Because that is your
Absolutely.
loved one, and only your memories, not theirs, is your
Right.
memories that you
Right.
have of that situation that you had when I lost
Mm-hmm.
my car. Those are your memories. That's it.
Yep.
We got to learn how. We got to go back to the etiquette. That's it. We got to learn when to say and how to say and what to say, because
Yeah.
you can't come to me and say, "Oh, it's gonna be okay tomorrow." And who told
Mm-hmm.
you that?
Yep.
Who told you? Because they should have called me first and told
Right.
me. So, Michelle, it's almost that
Huh.
time. It's it's I ain't gonna say time to go, but we got to meet at another place somewhere. Okay, so
I know that's right.
that,
Guess what?
that
And
is
guess
it.
what?
That is
I
it.
am so
So
proud of you,
let's
and
see.
keep doing the things that you're doing.
Oh,
What did your guest say?
girl, I'm trying to see it. You know, and I got close. Okay, so preparation for our people looks like getting insurance early and not for someone. It someone is ill. The greatest protection of your loved ones. So we are not asking for GoFundMe. That is so true. Is that we need to have insurance. That is it. We need to get all our stuff in order right now, Lynette.
Yeah.
You're so true. So right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
with all that being said, okay, so you need your insurance, you need all this stuff together. Because the
Mm-hmm.
grandma and them back then, they had it.
Right.
So they had the man knocking on the door, coming saying, okay, here's your payments, all that good stuff. So we today need to get our insurance in order. We need to get our life in order. And a
Yeah.
part of our life of being in order is knowing that the end is going to come. We just don't know when. So
Right.
with all that being said, Michelle, thank you so much for being our
I
guest.
thank
I am
you for
super
having, and
excited
guess what?
to
I look forward to seeing you in a couple of months
girl.
on the Now What
Yes.
show.
We're gonna be there. We're gonna be there. So in Sherilyn's absent, you know, you're always welcome here as well. Anytime you get ready, just let us know. We're gonna
I
make it
thank
happen
you.
for you. And whatever we can do to help each other be strong, that's what we will do.
Absolutely. I'm here
So
for you. We can talk about it. Guess what? And it won't be under the 59 bridge.
okay. Okay, so but with that all being said, everybody, listen, we do have a winner. So Michelle, don't go anywhere.
Okay,
We do
okay.
have a winner. Much, Charlene, for entering into the contest, and we will get back with you and let you know when you could receive your prize. And I want to be with you when you do, because she has a spa day on the Golden Square podcast. So we're gonna take care of that, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So thank you again, Charlene, and thank you everybody for watching, for joining us. Sherilyn at her absence. Keep her daughter in your prayers. How about if you pray for us, we'll pray for you. And we'll say good night, everybody. See you next week. We have, I think, Miss Niecy Dobbin next week. Y'all know that lady have a million hats. So
Yes.
join us next week and see what she's doing for the community and with the community. So again, I say good night on behalf of the Golden Square Podcast and Sherilyn Fisher. Good night.